Hey, hey, hey. How y'all doing? It's a,
Hi.
it's a new week. And we
It
are back.
is.
We are back with our commentary about the mess that has taken place over the week.
Whew. Yes, honey. Yes, honey.
And we also are getting caught up on a couple of stories as well. We had a couple of things that took place, not just this week, but last week that we may have missed. So y'all see that mixed today. We're still getting caught up hot topics wise, and still trying to make sure that we are updated on that, so we can keep it flowing and keep it going. How was your week this week, Wendy?
Yeah, man, DHS.
Oh, I know. I ain't been there in a month of Sundays, but I know I'm sure it's the same old mess. Um, my week was okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just real busy, very busy. I went to go to the comedy joint last night to
How
go.
was it? I heard you said you was
Oh
laughing
my
nonstop.
God, let me tell y'all something. If y'all have not gone to the comedy joint to see any of the comedians that we have here in the city, they have comedians that come, from out of town, comedians from Arkansas, from I think I went one night and they had a girl there from Detroit. It's amazing, but I got to see Tootie two times perform last night, and she was doing the Pepper Tree Tea series part two.
Mm-hmm.
And it was amazing, and I love it. I love to see how comedians' minds work, and when they're on the stage, and to see it from a beginning stage to an ending stage. I think when I first met Tootie, may not have been quite when she started, but she was like new in the game of comedy, and with her being new in the game, she was just trying little stuff. But the girl, when I tell you, when you have a conversation with her, you are
Mm-hmm.
laughing the whole time. Like that's naturally her gift. So I love it. I love to support people who are walking in those gifts, and those gifts are making room for them. And so I hope it grows and flows. They did record it the night before. I missed the live recording. I was at the live recording the first time she did it,
Mm-hmm.
which was back around October. And I went in with my mask and was socially distanced. They was taking temperatures, make sure we, had our thing. But I wanted to do something for my birthday because I couldn't do it the way I wanted to this past year. So we did that. It was I enjoyed it, and I had fun. And I had never been to Latoya Tennille or Latoya T Polk, uh, who owns the. She's a comedian as well, and she's been a comedian now almost 11 years now. And I saw her when her comedian name was Miss Vivacious. First time I ever saw her was at a fashion show, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And she was hilarious. So it's just
Mm-hmm.
see where these comedians and these women have come from when they start, or when they're just getting started, all the way up to now. It's amazing. And Latoya has been on Heart of the City with Kevin Hart on Comedy Central. Like, it's just a lot. So I love the support. And I love to make sure that I'm there, whenever I can be, to support what's going on in the city. So make sure, you guys, if y'all can, if you're able to, make sure you get out and support hometown, because that's what it's about. And speaking of hometown, we have our own hometown.
Yes. And fellow Breath of Life attendee.
I didn't know Philip went to Breath of Life.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. Memphis's own Philip Ashley Ricks. He made a signature chocolate for Issa Rae, or probably I think for Insecure, if I'm not mistaken.
And
So
you guys, hold on. And you guys, if you not had his chocolates,
you
you are
missing.
so
I
missing out because they
promise
are
you missing
so
out.
good.
It's
They are
so
so
good.
good.
So good. So as you guys know, the upcoming season of Insecure is the last season of Insecure. Issa said she ain't got time for y'all. She got bigger and better things to do. This is it. So I saw Yvonne Orgy's page. On her page, she posted, this is it. This is the last. It was a wrap. So they have wrapped shooting the season. I would like for this to be premiered in the fall. I don't know how production goes and all that stuff because that was never my major in school. But I would like for this to premiere in the fall. I'm hopeful and crossing my fingers because they're done recording. But
I
I
kind of hope that they have more shows added on to the last season.
So Yvonne has it's not a spinoff though. It's not her. She already got a job lined up when this is over with. I'm sure Lawrence is gonna keep working. He was working before Insecure. Um what's my girl's name? Kelly, the young lady who plays Kelly, she just got a deal with ABC where she's gonna be writing there and doing her thing. So everybody kind of got jobs and stuff. I don't know if
Right.
there's gonna be a spinoff. Issa's kind of doing some other things and
No,
also
I was
producing other
saying,
things.
I was saying that they would add, like, have more shows on the season. Like not the
Oh,
normal.
yeah. I don't know if she's gonna do that either.
Yeah.
That we don't know. That's the whole thing. I think I saw 10 episodes, is what I thought I saw, and I thought that was episode 10. And I have to go back to Yvonne Page to see kind of how that was. But at any rate, we talking about Philip. Philip got this chocolate, and I got it. My technology skills. We gonna get it together. I should learn the video portion of this by next week, and hopefully next week Heather will be back. But he allowed Issa Rae and Princess Penny, who Princess is actually, if I'm not mistaken, from Memphis as well. He moved out to Hollywood to do his thing. If you guys aren't familiar with him, the movie Uncorked that was shot here in Memphis,
Mm-hmm.
that's Princess Penny's film. But he is the director, one of the producers on the show for Insecure. He's been there since day one. When Issa and Larry Fillmore came together and brought this show to life for us. So I'm super excited about it. They both enjoyed the chocolate. They didn't tell
Oh
you
yeah, she was
anything.
dancing. She was kind of doing her little, how like you be doing a little praise dance, or
Yes,
when you eating something good, you go.
yes, 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 yes. So
Mm.
I definitely think you guys should definitely take advantage of Philip. He's actually been able to get his chocolate at the Oscars, if I'm not mistaken, or the Golden Globe.
It was the Oscars, and
Yeah,
I think the Golden Globes as
as
well.
well. And because they give the stars or the people that's there at the Golden Globes, they give them like gift bags and baskets and all this stuff. And so his chocolate was a part of the gift bags and baskets one year.
And then he also appeared on Chopped.
Was he on? I missed that episode. I gotta go
He
back and
was on
find it.
Chopped, and
He was
he
on
got
Chopped.
runner up. He was runner up. I
Okay.
wanted him to win. I think it was like the Baker's edition of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Chopped.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not the regular Chopped, but the Baker's edition of
I
Chopped.
got you. And then he also was featured as one of Oprah's favorite things in O Magazine. So
Yeah,
he's doing it big. Anybody from the hometown, I want to
support.
definitely support, definitely uplift. So he has his chocolate shop is over on Madison,
Madison.
right there at Madison and Bellevue. A little bit
Right off the expressway.
right off the expressway. You can't miss it.
You can't.
And it's good.
It's really good. It's really
Really
good.
good. I
And
was
like
mad.
I told him, I said, dude, what God got for you can't nobody take away.
Nobody stop it. Keep
Can't
being the
keep
Willy
doing it.
Wonka of the
And
South.
and he never went to school for this.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
He never went to school for this. He just started doing it.
Wow.
He learned. He's self-made. He's self-learned. So I can really, really respect him for
I
that.
didn't know that. I thought
Yeah.
he went to culinary school.
Well, he did not
Because
go to any
to
school.
do what he does, you literally have to know, and it's a science to it. So I'm really excited that I had no clue. Had no
Now
clue
when he started off, he didn't start off with any kind of experience or
training.
skill. It
Gotcha.
was just learning. So I don't know throughout the
It
years
went back.
he got any, but when he
Gotcha.
started off, it was just he loved chocolate and he just wanted to start doing something. So
That's awesome. That's awesome. So shout out to Philip. Keep doing
yes,
your thing.
Philip.
Keep feeding the people the good chocolate, okay?
Yes, I'm gonna have to get my signature chocolate.
Right.
No, I want the chocolate that he did for them. I want to see what he's
I
doing.
want to try. I don't know if he's gonna bring it back. Yeah, that was cool. I think that was neat. And real quick, this could have been a story. I think I forgot to put this in the slideshow. Before we get to this mess right here, which is not really a whole lot of mess this week. We had a lot to catch up on last week, though. Lord God. Issa, and Lauren London, from my understanding, had some type of beef, and I didn't realize this. Let me tell you why. It wasn't anything against Lauren London because Lauren London is a very talented actress. But her issue is when she was shopping around the show Insecure, everybody kept saying, "Why don't you cast Lauren London?" Ironically, the person that got them to a place of understanding was Nipsey Hussle, which was Lauren London's fiance. He had them sit down and hash out their differences, and she just revealed this. I think she's covering, I want to say Vogue. Don't give me the line to you. But yeah, she said he got them to sit down and have a conversation because it was stupid for them to have the beef because she wasn't saying no to Lauren London as a person, but she was saying no to Hollywood's concept of we can't have no dark skinned leads. Basically, is what they were saying. You gonna have a lead for a series that need to be light skinned sister, and that's what it was. So she fought and fought and fought. And of course, you can see how colorful the cast is. You see how they rock and roll and how beautiful and black they are. Two sisters as the lead. I'm for it. I'm all the way for it. But I'm excited that I'm glad that she took that stand and stood up for her rights to cast who she wants to cast and cast the right people. So I'm super excited about that. That's all I want to say, that they were able to hash out whatever their differences was. So reality, it's nothing real crazy this week. I'm tired of Portia. This picture is not. I see. This is why I need help in my life. Tiana Taylor and Iman Shumpert. They've been married. Tiana Taylor, a star within her own right. Married to basketball star Iman Shumpert. They have two little girls now.
Did she have any? Who was her? Did she have a famous parent or something? Because I remember when I first saw her, it was on the Sweet 16 party.
So at the time, Tiana was just Tiana, and I can't describe it. And I thought it was cool. I think her mom has money, but I don't think that Tiana was like I don't think she had a famous parent, if that makes sense. I just think her family had money and they were able to do that. But at the time, she was an artist when that took place. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think she had signed to Kanye at that point, but she was an artist. So she was like shopping herself around as an artist, and I think there probably was just like good PR for her. And I think to date, that's my favorite episode of My Super Sweet 16 because it was so creative, it was so out of the box, and she wasn't acting bratty like all the other kids were when they couldn't get their way or have their way. So I dug it, and I was like, oh my God, she's gonna be big, whenever she come out or whenever she does it. And of course, you see her now. She's, not only choreographing for people, she's directing videos, she's writing, she's producing, she's doing her thing. So I'm super excited about it. Now, I don't know that I'm going to be all right with watching this show. I'm just going to keep it 100. I saw the one on VH1 that they did. It only had one season. This was after she had the baby, the first baby, who she is adorable. Junie is adorable. I don't think I may have seen one or two pictures of the youngest. But I love their love. I just because regardless of rumors or whatever that comes out, they still kicking in and they still strong. He wanted to rap at one point in time. She was directing the video and putting the video together and all this. So I just love them. It's gonna be on E. I want to say they have a fall release on this show. But like I said, I don't know if I'm going to watch it. We'll see. I may watch one episode of it just to see what's going on and go on from there. This here.
Hold on. You know what?
Did you see this?
I saw that.
Okay.
It's number one. It's too many people.
It's
Number
9
one.
of them. So okay, let me tell y'all what's going on. BET has come up with this show called Encore for ladies who are in former female groups. So you got Keely Williams from 702. You got Shamari.
Keely is from 3LW.
3LW. I'm sorry. You got Keely. Not Keely. You got Shamari, who was from what's that group? Boom like an 808. I can't think of the name of the group. It's gonna
702.
Huh?
Is it 702?
No, 702 was not Boom. 702 has the
was it Black?
Black. That's who it was. Black.
Because it had Shamari DeVoe, who is married to Ronnie DeVoe.
Right. So Shamari's in there. You got the sisters from 702 is in there. And then you got the girl from Danity Kane. Aubrey. It's somebody else. Because it's like a lot of them. It's like 9 of them.
It's too many.
It's a lot. This girl from this group called Cherish is in there. Here is the thing. Do I want to see this? Yes. Let me tell you why. It's going to be drama. Because the last time Keely was on the show with somebody, the girl that was in Destiny's Child for like 2 seconds, and she came for that girl. So I need to see if she going to come for somebody else, because that girl is full of drama. She makes for good TV. Aubrey O'Day is also somebody who's very drama filled and has a lot of drama surrounding her. So for that, I would probably watch maybe 1 or 2 episodes. If it's good, then I'll probably stick to it. I'm not keen on the BET people. What
yeah, Paul says Pam from Total and Fallon King from Total. Yes.
For what?
And Neva Nash. Yeah, Pam is on there. Yeah.
Why Pam?
And when Wendy it was funny because when Wendy Williams was talking about it, she said, "I ain't gonna say nothing bad."
Oh no, because she don't need them showing up at all. She don't need them showing up at all. Like, do not have Nivea wasn't in no group. Why is she over here?
No. She's not in no group. And then also it says Felicia King from Cherish.
But he's saying Nivea.
Yeah, she's on there too. Right, she's not in the group.
She's a solo dolo. That's gonna be real interesting. Because
interesting. It's too many people. So you got 2
R&B divas. I thought that was too much because it was like 4 or 5 of them.
So you got all these personalities, and this is going to go far left so quick. It's not even funny.
I think that's why they did it, because they want
the drama.
They want the drama, and I'm always here for a little bit of drama. I just depend on how much drama you're gonna give me. That's all. I don't know. We'll see. Okay.
Moving right along.
Oh, did I miss a slide?
No,
I missed a slide.
What you missed?
It's right here. Okay. This is what I want to say about this, because I haven't been able to talk about it in the last couple of weeks. Our other group, the review crew that's been reviewing this show, we kind of pissed off at the show because
I am so mad at him. And then this is what pissed me off about him. He make it seem like he's the victim, number one, and then try to say, well, I did her wrong. I did this beautiful queen wrong. And what the show was wrong for doing was showing Paige the video clip when he was saying that she was not attractive. That was wrong.
Know what I feel like she already saw that, because this is the reunion show. So at this point, I don't care what anybody says. I would go back to watch to see how they've edited the show to make it seem. I think for the most part, this was wrong on so many levels. And I think they're going to, I think the experts are going to say this week, this was wrong. We should have never done this. Like, this should have never happened or taken place. Opposites attracting. They know they failed with Haley and Jacob. They know this was an epic fail.
But what tripped me out, you mad at your friend, so your pastor, aka friend, but getting advice from Pastor Jamal Bryant,
who dangalang is slanged all over the world.
Help it make sense, Lord. Help it make sense, Jesus. It don't.
It don't at all. So I
and I was so glad to hear they was not back. They was not together. Because if she would have said, "Oh, we're together,"
here's the thing. That's where
they went to counseling.
They went to counseling to try to see if it would work, because in her mind she felt like the reason why it didn't work was because of the Mercedes pregnant situation.
No, it didn't work because of his narcissist behind. It had to be all about him.
No, I get that. I'm telling you what she thought in her mind. She thought they never got a chance because of the Mercedes getting pregnant situation. That's what she thought. So she thought, well, maybe we never had a chance because we came into the situation doomed. That's what she said.
But here's my thing about it. If that was the case, and you remember in the first couple of episodes, he's talking about, okay, you come before everything because you're my wife, blah, 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 blah. You robbed her, period. It wasn't nothing about Mercedes. It had nothing to do with Mercedes. He robbed her from that experience.
Right.
He robbed her from the experience of moving in, learning how to live together, and all of that.
Yep.
So it had nothing to do with Mercedes. It was all him.
It was all him.
Narcissistic behind.
I don't think Paige sees that. That's the point I'm making.
And if the world did not evolve around him, he had a fit. And he wanted to make sure, number one, I'm going to be the spotlight. Some kind of way, I'm going to be the spotlight. I'm going to put everybody else's attention on me. Okay. And I just, that's what I don't like about him. He's a true definition of a narcissist.
Well, I'm glad they're not together.
Hold on, before you go to the next stage, we're talking about Married at First Sight. And I told you yesterday, Married at First Sight, Australia has it on a whole nother level. And their show is
longer. Their season is longer.
Yeah.
They have to make a decision. I think you told me weekly. They have to make a decision
if they want to stay or leave. And if one decides to leave and one decides to stay, guess what? You got to stay it out for a whole nother week. So there's this one guy. He is not happy at all. The wife that he's paired with, she's interested in another husband. Okay, so they've been kissing off. They've been going off kissing and stuff.
Oh, so the other husband down for this.
Right, and hold on. So they both saying they want to stay so they can see each other. And so for the fourth week, this guy was like, "Why you keep doing this to me? We obviously are not for each other. I'm not happy, so I want to leave." And she was like, "But I don't want to leave like this. I don't want us to leave hating each other. I just want us to be friends." No, you want to stay because you want to see this dude. And see, she hasn't seen. It's only been like a couple of weeks since she's seen this new dude because they added 2 new couples. Girl, I was like, what?
Well,
yeah, it is good. It is good. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. I was like, okay. Married at First Sight, Australia just put it to a whole nother level right here.
Well, I thought they were going to Boston because they had done the calls for Boston early on, or was shooting for Boston early on. The next stop for Married at First Sight USA is going to be Houston. That's going to be interesting to see. But that's going to be our next stop. Unmatchables has been interesting as well. We'll probably talk about that in another session.
Yeah, I'm going to get into that.
But yeah, so they're going to Houston. next. So that's the next season. I think it premieres in July, and then they have a new season of Couples Cam, which I think I'm going to try to watch Couples Cam now because our people Vince and
Brianna,
and then Eric and Virginia, I think, are on there.
The hunkers, the high drunkards.
Yeah, they blamed a lot of their issues on editing too, that was interesting to me. But yeah, so we'll see how everything goes. Let me go back up here because I messed up. All right.
I'm so sick of this dude. You know what? I'm gonna need for every woman that slept with him to get tested.
For the clap. Look, what bugs me about this situation is
because like you get mad if they move on, and then you want to write a song about it because they move on.
So he told baby, he has a line in his latest song saying, "Tell Steve Harvey I don't want her." So first of all, Lori never claimed Future at all. And really, let's be clear, except for the other guy that she was engaged to, the race car driver that she was actually engaged to, she really never claimed any of these other people. Like, she didn't claim Diddy. She didn't claim Diddy's son. She didn't claim Trey's son. She didn't claim these folk, okay? So the fact that you're in your feelings because...
all in your feelings. Okay, so you doing the same kind of stuff that you were doing about Sierra, dude. Move on.
Although Sierra actually claimed him, and they were actually going to be married, and he got mad because she cheated. Well, no. Not just that he cheated. He got mad because it was a situation before the cheating took place. It was a couple of things that they disagreed on. The wedding, she wanted to televise, like she had the opportunity with E to do the wedding on TV because she's one of the Kardashians' friends. She had the opportunity to do the wedding on E. They wanted it. He didn't want to do that. Number two, they had produced a body party. He produced that for her. The one that she does the mix with at night, I think. Okay, their song. So he produced that for her, and so I think she started working with some other producers. He had a problem with that. Then enters the cheating. And she was by far, I don't know about any of the other baby mamas, but she made sure that she built a relationship with those other women so that the kids can come together. I like that about her, and I like the whole situation. And he still, when she left and then she went to do something different, sir, it's no way on God's green earth you can be a father to all 100 of your kids. You can't.
100. You probably got 200 that you don't know about.
You can't be father to all them children because they got different mammies. You can't be in the same place. Lil Wayne can't be a father to all 6 of his kids. He once a year he had them and they mamas come to his house for Christmas. Like, you have to make it work for you, but if you ain't there 100% and somebody else is willing to be, why you get mad?
I'm sorry. If I was one of the Lil Wayne's kids, I'm like, ooh, that's my dad.
Hey, they love that man, stinky draws. Them out from the oldest to the youngest, they love that man. And I don't blame, that's their daddy. What they supposed to do?
I know. I just be like, ooh, that's
they love
their
dad. They really, really do.
He younger than me and look older than me.
If you see the time that he has with them, he actually is a good father. May not be a good baby daddy, may not be a good husband, may not be a good boyfriend, but he is a good father.
Because he did get married, didn't he? He married a plus-size model.
Did they get married? I thought they just got engaged.
Little Wayne
got married. And she totally disagreed with him. She's Latino. Oh, I didn't know they got married. Oh, that's that I had none of. Okay. Phil should get over it, buddy. Let it go.
Just let it go.
Sit with Michael.
Let it go.
And let me tell you something. I think Michael is gonna be the one. I don't care what nobody say. I know
Lori, if if you're listening or looking, if somebody looking, stick with B. Jordan, Michael B.
Oh, I think she is. I think she done
Stick
found a
with
winner.
Michael
I
B.
think that's it. I think he's the one. I just want to put that out there right now. I think Michael B is her boo, and that's it.
That's her boo thing.
Done.
Keep that boo thing, girl.
She
Keep that
done.
boo
She
thing.
done.
So
All
he be
right.
telling you,
So
hey, auntie.
I love Billy Porter. I
Oh yes.
absolutely love him. I have
I
a
still can't believe that was him that you told me on that song. Show me.
yeah. Let me
I
tell you
was
something.
like, I saw that video. I was like,
Billy is a singer. He was a singer before
oh yeah.
anything else. And
Mm-hmm.
Billy, show me if y'all ever look up Billy Porter and show me this song. I think it was the 90s, late 80s, early 90s. And this video is thebomb.com. But to know him today, you would never know. And what I think we talked about was when I showed you the song, and you was like, that ain't, yes, baby, that is Billy Porter. Is that at that time it was extremely taboo to be out and gay. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Very few people were strong enough to live in their truth at that time because it was such a taboo subject. And of course, we're watching, Pose right
Oh,
now,
I love it.
the
I
final
love it.
season, and Billy plays a character who's kind of like the father to all the children. And
Pray tell.
his name is Pray Tell. And ironically, the storyline on the show is his real life experience. Not 100% his real life experience, but the whole church, grew up in the church, singing in the choir, ostracized and ousted by his church. That's what, all of that right there, that came from a real place. But the thing that really stuck out to me was this week he shared that he's been HIV positive since 2007. And
Wow, I
my
did not know
heart,
that.
yeah, I didn't either. I was like, oh my God. So, like, you really know real life, what your character and what the other characters on Pose is going through.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm sure there are drugs and stuff out there that's helping to keep him healthy, helping to
Mm-hmm.
keep him safe. But
If you haven't seen the commercials, it comes on almost every commercial. Every time it's a segment for a commercial, there's one medicine that's out there.
But normally too, here's the other thing. Normally when you have a patient who has AIDS, and they die from AIDS, they normally die from like another disease, like a pneumonia or something like that.
Because it totally destroys your immune system.
Yeah. So I'm glad that he's staying healthy and that he's sharing his story and his message through his character on the show. I'm so appreciative of it. I'm so excited tonight to watch it. It's a couple of things I gotta watch because there's some shows that's coming back on the telly that are premiering tonight.
That's why I'll go ahead and record them all tonight so I can watch
I'm gonna have
them.
to.
Because Shires of Sunset, I'm glad they're back.
Yeah,
it's a hot mess. Everybody, all races are hot messes. It's not just us black folks.
It's not. It's not. So yeah, I thought that was incredible that he was able to share his story. Hopefully that helps somebody.
Yes.
And if you're not watching Pose, man, watch it. Get into it.
I say that it really gives you the behind the scenes of how the LBGQIA community dealt with the ostracization, if I'm saying that right, being ostracized.
We're gonna stick with that one.
I said ostracization. I'm making up words.
Okay. We do it sometimes.
And them dealing with HIV/AIDS.
Yeah.
But then they're celebrating their community by doing them ballrooms.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that's been a thing. So what you see on RuPaul's Drag Race?
Did you see the part? I think one of my favorite episodes is when they went after one of their people dies. You know what I'm talking about? One of their main person.
When Candy died.
When Candy died, because she had to debate on if she wanted to stay with Pose or stay with American Horror Story. That's why.
Okay.
Because she was doing American Horror Story.
She was doing both. Okay.
And so she had to.
Girl, I stuff like that. Okay.
That's why. And then
okay.
they went, where did they go, to the Hamptons or something? They
Yeah.
went to the beach or something, and then they was at that country club, and that white lady was like, I know who you are. Y'all are men trying to be women. And what's her name? Electra. She
Alexa, bring them
read
off the
her
field.
for filth.
Filth. I
She
love
said,
it.
they said, clear your throat, honey. Wet your throat. I was like,
Red
yes,
heart
I'm
for
loving
filth.
it.
I love it. I love it. So definitely make sure that you are checking out these shows on here. I hate this is the last season of Pose. I definitely do. I know a lot of shows have taken hits due to COVID. We had recorded on our other podcast a whole show that didn't get recorded. So we probably gonna add to what we had already talked about and then talk about the cancellations again for it to be recorded. Y'all know me and technology ain't friends like that, man. We
But
did the whole show.
we
And
gotta
I
get
did not hit the
technology
go
savvy.
live button. I did not hit the record button. What is wrong with me? Okay, I'm sorry.
I was like, okay, I'm waiting for you to get off, and then that's how. Oh, she didn't hit the record.
I never hit the record button.
And I was like, well, that's just a run through. That's just practice.
It was. We was just practicing for the real thing. So tomorrow we'll be on the real thing. Hold on. Let's go to this next slide. Whoo, child. So this here's a mess. Russell Simmons is suing Kimora Lee because he claims that Kimora, and her husband, Tim Lesnar, went in on an energy drink company and they put their monies together. So they have so many shares in it, but they all went in together. When you go in with somebody on something like this, it's no way for you to differentiate, especially if everybody's kind of putting their money in the thing under this amount of shares. You can't tell me how many shares you got, how many shares I got, how many shares that other person has. So, and of course, you guys know I've always rocked with Russell and Kimora because to me they've always been, co-parenting goals. They've always had a opportunity to show us that just because it didn't work out between us, we still gonna rock with each other. Still had businesses together after they divorced. Still had the kids. It wasn't a problem. Now here we go. Fast forward to now. She done been married, or been with somebody. I don't know if she's been married. This is her husband.
She's been married. I think this is her third husband.
Is it because Did she marry Jamon Hansu? I think that's his name.
Jamon. Was that the one that give us free?
Yes.
Yes, she married him.
I don't have a kid together, but I didn't know if they were actually married or
not.
They
married. They got married. They didn't stay married for long.
Yeah, they were not, because that was done with quick, faster than her. That baby is adorable too. He's getting bigger, but he is so gorgeous. But at any rate, Tim got into a little bit of trouble. I'm talking about some federal trouble with the government because they got him on bribery charges, money laundering charges, that sort of thing. And so they took out millions of dollars out of the energy company to take care of his legal fees. Well, Russell said, hey, bro, I didn't ask. Y'all didn't even come to me and ask me. Y'all just took the money. We went in together on these shares with this company. I'm suing you. Well, looks like Kimora is answering him in another lawsuit. I just saw this pop up on my little screen. I think our devices are too smart because seems like because I was looking for that, it just decided to pop up. So Kimora is suing Russ now, and she's claiming fraud. So we gonna see how this pans out. Their divorce was not this ugly. Let me put it that way. But apparently, when it comes to money, it's gonna get ugly. And I'm with Russ. Don't take one penny. I know when I'm missing a penny of my money, I don't want it taken out of my accounts, out of my stocks, whatever shares, all that stuff. I know when it's missing. I know when it comes up missing, wholeheartedly. So if they did it, they need to pay that man his money back or give him his shares back or whatever they need to do it. Put him back in his position and y'all can take y'all money out. That's fine. But yeah, so they are they're fighting this one. I hate that, but it is what it is. The
Yes.
Grizzlies made the playoffs.
Did you see it?
I
Did you
did
see the
not
game?
see the game, and
Girl,
I know you saw it.
that game was so good because Memphis started out in like, okay, they started out in like I think a 16-point lead. Then Golden State caught up and
Like
got to
breaking
the
them.
lead 1 point. It was on, they was never at a big lead against Memphis, probably a point. And then
Okay.
Memphis would get back to having a double-digit lead. And
Okay.
then towards the end of the last quarter, I'm like, okay, they was already up by 10. And
Right.
like the last 4 minutes of the game, they caught up.
Wow.
And they caught up. And so I know Draymond Green is just kicking himself because that last shot could have done it for them to win the game, but it didn't go in. And so it went into overtime. And so once it went into overtime, Memphis like, we're finna get this.
That's right. So shout out to Jay Morant, who is our rookie for this year, if I'm not mistaken. Getting in here, tearing the club up, getting a job done. I have not been following the Grizzlies this season.
I may even buy a ticket to the playoff game.
Girl, I heard them prices was stupid. We'll see.
We'll see. That's what I said. I'm gonna check it Wednesday and see how much.
But I've gone to many a Grizzly game, and got to see my very favorite place in the whole wide world. And I don't ever want to do it any differently. It's always down behind the players talking noise, talking crap, to where they can hear me. I used to get tickets all the time where we were down on the floor. And I'm talking about, I was really spoiled because I didn't have to go stand in nobody's line. You brought me my food and I got to order it and you brought it to me. That's the life I want to live on the floor of basketball. I never want to sit up in the nosebleeds again. Yes, I will.
Who was this? Where did you get this from?
This is the Grizzlies. So at the time, I worked for a nonprofit organization. We got tickets. But at that point in time, every time that I bought tickets after that, I saved up my money and I got on the floor because I was not finna do the nosebleeds. I was not about that life. Once you serve me, I'm done. I'm over it. We're gonna get the top flight security treatment up in here. That's what we're gonna do. So I would like you to come and take my order, and then you bring me my food back instead of me standing in the line. Only line I need to stand in is the bathroom line, and I didn't want to stand in that line, but it was okay because you brought me my food and my drink, and it was not a problem. I said, this is what you get when you down here, VIP. I said, I didn't know they had VIP at the basketball games. I will never sit in the nosebleeds again.
Paul said, I do one better. I tell them to their face in the locker room after the game.
No one cares that you get to go back in the locker room with the boys.
Yeah. Stop rubbing it in. We don't.
Right. You get to go interview the people. Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Rub it in our faces.
Yeah,
but I heard it was a good game. I didn't see it. I love it. Maybe when the playoffs. No, VIP is not overrated.
He's not overrated.
Oh no.
Hey, you know what? You know what, Paul? You know what? I want you to just zip it. Because VIP is not overrated.
When they bring you no food, no sir. I'm not standing no long line. I just don't believe in lines at this point. Okay. All right. So shout out to the Grizzlies. Congratulations. Glad y'all made it.
Congratulations, Grizzlies.
So I read this story and I thought that this was pretty interesting. Tracy Ellis Ross of Blackish fame and other things fame, because she is really, really good in whatever she does and whatever she's in. She did a Marie Claire article where she was talking about some of the societal pressures that women face, to get married, to have kids, to have this dream wedding and to do this and do that. And they asked her, did she want a big family? And she was saying, yeah. I don't think there's a woman who doesn't want to have a husband and the kids and the whole situation. But she said she spent a lot of her life waiting on that dream wedding, or that dream husband or that dream family situation, and it never happened for her. And she said she's still open to it happening, but she said she wished that she would have focused on living her life early on, in opposed to waiting on her knight in shining armor, which I think is really, really interesting that, even in today's world where women can do so much, we we are CEOs of companies. We run our own businesses. We have a high elected official. We got a vice president, first female vice president in the White House right now. We still have those pressures of getting married and having kids. When you gonna give me some grandbabies? I hear older women ask their daughters that even today in 2021. That's the question being asked. And I say this all the time: marriage is not for everybody. At all, period. It's just not. And having kids, everybody's not meant to have children. Some people are perfectly content without going through that, or having, not saying this and thing. I mean, it is, childbirth is not an easy thing. I've done it twice, but it's not something that we as women, it's like there's this pressure on us to have these things. And I don't think that there's the same pressure on men, even in today's society in 2021.
What I hate, because I got married. I was 37 when I got married.
Right.
And what I hate, that people used to look at me in with pity eyes because I wasn't married.
I don't, you know what? I stopped worrying about people looking at me, side eyeing me because what I did. Here's the thing: I don't care. What you think.
And I don't want your husband.
And that's the other thing. I do not want your husband. I know there was a situation where my sister was accused of trying to be after somebody's husband, and that wasn't the case. And it was a mess. It was a whole mess. Nobody. First of all, if I wanted your husband, child, God would have saw it fit for me to have your husband. I don't want him. Those types of situations. And because a woman is single, she's got to be after your man. It's pretty crazy. But we need to stop putting these pressures on ourselves as women, and as well as society needs to stop putting that pressure on us.
Because at our former church that some of the married people that we used to hang out before they got married was told that they shouldn't have single friends, right?
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. So when I started going to the current church that I go now, everybody's so friendly, and stuff like that, and everybody likes to hug and stuff. So whenever somebody's husband want to hug, I do that side hug and stuff like that. I'm like,
I mean, and here's the thing: if it's true, I hate that church has caused us to feel like we can't do certain things. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna mean something more than what it actually is.
Right.
And it's a problem. So we ain't gonna be able to do it their way. I understand doing things decently and in order, but that's where the religion and the Christianity comes in, the religion versus the relationship. And we gotta do another Hurt in the Church episode real soon, because child, I have a book to write, okay, on crazy stuff that goes down in the church house, because of just stupid things and what you feel like should be versus what actually is. It's just pretty crazy. But what I wear, who I am, what I do should not cause. I should have to dim my light because your husband can't keep it in his pants. You know what I'm saying? Or you feel like your husband can't keep it in his pants. And here's the thing: the flip side of that is women are the same way. They got all kinds of crazy stuff to go down in church where the women is sharing the preachers or the deacons or whatever. So Right. But yeah, so I'm glad that Tracy is not doing not conforming to society and doing her own thing. This broke my poor little heart. I was just I didn't even put the RIP because first of all, I'm tired of the RIP. We've had too many already in 2021. This is just the month of May. I cannot do any more RIPs. But I hated this. Paul Mooney, who was a legend, comedic legend, he wrote on shows like Sanford and Son and I don't want to say Good Times because I don't know. I know he did write on Sanford and Son. He was a stand-up comedic genius. He wrote on a lot of shows. And I know that his health had declined over the years. I think the last performance or the last time I actually saw him on television, he wasn't doing too good at that point. But he was always very prolific when he spoke. He was always very, very aware of the culture, very aware of who he was, and he meant so much to our culture, and making sure that we were represented in a certain type of light. So I just want to send prayers and condolences to his family, and I know all of my friends that are in comedy, this one really, really hurt. So, so yeah, R.I.P. Paul Mooney.
Yeah.
Yeah. Naomi, why? Hold on. Why are you looking like that? Wait a minute. Why the look, Wendy? This is not.
But you know what? She didn't have the baby. She had it via surrogate. But my thing is, you're 50 years old. That means when your child becomes an adult, you're gonna be 70 years old. Well,
I mean,
68.
Janet Jackson had her baby at 50.
I know. I'm like,
listen, if these women want children at the age of 50, let them. You done. You hear me? I'm done.
I am done. Right. And if I call you and tell you, Faith, I am pregnant, just know
it's
not even the second coming of Christ, because there ain't nothing in the Bible about a second.
I know. I'm just saying.
It's gonna be the Antichrist number one, or you know that somebody's about to get paid. So me like you
forget about us little people, Wendy, when you make it. So I was excited and happy for her. Maybe this is something that she's always wanted. Naomi got some good genes too. She probably didn't want to have a baby. She just probably wanted to be a mom.
She probably couldn't. She probably has hit the menopause. She probably had been free. She froze her eggs and just unthawed them and
put them in a surrogate.
Yep.
And let them carry.
That's what I'm thinking, because I don't think they retrieve any eggs from her now, because she probably
they can't retrieve no eggs from her now. No. No.
They need to look at the expiration date if they retrieve the eggs from her.
They're dust. She has no eggs. Nothing's moving in there. It's dust.
Like my ovaries probably the size of a pea right now.
Girl. Or if she has them, I'm happy for her though. Anybody who wants to be a parent and they try everything and now this is probably the only option that they have, shout out to them. Now keep in mind, now here's the thing. Now
she probably got nannies and stuff.
So she probably gonna have a nanny or two on deck. You know, she probably got her own private personal chef.
I can hear her saying, Can you get her? She's crying too much. I can just see her saying that.
I don't think so. I think she's going to embrace it. Now, I've heard horror stories about Naomi Campbell. Please don't get me wrong. I absolutely have. But I don't think she's going to be that type of mama. I don't think so.
Don't be surprised, girl. Do not be surprised.
If there's a tell-all book 20 years later from the baby.
It'd be like another Mommy Dearest. Mommy Diva. This is what it's gonna call, Mommy Diva.
I don't think so. I think she's a lady to have, baby. And have you seen a picture of her mama?
Yes.
Oh my God. This black right here ain't cracking for a very long time.
Black don't crack for us.
But black I'm talking about her mama look younger than her. That's what I'm talking about. Oh my God.
But see, Naomi, I think wasn't Naomi in the drugs and stuff like cocaine and stuff?
I don't know. I never heard of her being on drugs or anything, but I mean, it's prevalent in the modeling industry. But I've never heard of any of our black models dealing in that. Don't mean they haven't. I just have never heard. And I feel like by now we would have heard that tea. We heard about her throwing phones and stuff at folk, but you know, yeah. I thought this was amazing. So Jaden Smith is opening up a restaurant to feed the homeless. It's called I Love You Restaurant. So he had a food truck. I think this was like last year.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something about Jaden Smith. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to about Will and Jada and how they raised them kids, but them kids got more sense than half of the adults I know. Jaden was almost solely responsible. Now I know we sent some cases of water up or whatever, but for the most part, Jaden was organizing that whole water thing. A lot of people didn't know that because he didn't really put it out there. Jaden was making sure that people had some water in Flint, Michigan. Do you understand what I'm saying? Hey, come on, say y'all thing. He put money into that project. People were sending water up there for the Flint, Michigan residents. I mean, I can not say anything bad about this young man. Now he's vegan, and so you know that baby and the way he eats sometimes it scared his mama over a period of time. But for the most part, those kids actually have a good head on their shoulders. So Jane decided to make this a restaurant in California. I think the way this works is if you actually have the money to pay, you pay, but you're paying for the person behind you, if that makes sense.
Right.
And then if someone who is unable to pay for their meal, they can get a meal for free. So that's really how it works. I love it. I dig it. I dig the idea. Let's see how well the concept works. It apparently worked well when they had the food truck, and they did pretty good with that. So I'm glad that he's opening up this restaurant. I'm sure there'll probably be some job opportunities for some people to go along with this as well. I'm really digging this. So shout out to Jane for stepping up to the plate and doing the good work that the people should be doing. Why is your eyes getting big?
Oh, nothing. I'm looking at something. It's business related though.
Okay.
I'm like,
so in rich white people news, Bill and Melinda Gates said, you know what? After 27 years of marriage, we're gonna go and throw in the towel. Let me also point out that I didn't know why they were like divorcing. I was like, but what? But why? You both feel like you belong together. So apparently Bill done cheated on Melinda. But let me say this, he didn't recently cheat. That's the thing. This was years ago. They found out about the relationship. Apparently he was dating staff members, people who worked under him. Which is crazy. So now I think this is about to be a Me Too situation with old Bill. So it's crazy. He would like send emails like, hey, would you like to go out to dinner? You know, stuff like that. Inappropriate stuff, let me say. But he dated a number of his employees, aka his subordinates, because guess what? He's the boss. Now apparently, Melissa's set to get a whole bunch of money. A whole bunch of money. Like Jeff Bezos' wife type of money. Because, you know, hey. She deserves it. He cheated on her. But there is a plot twist. They're mentioning that Bill was Friends, the best of Friends, with Jeffrey Epstein, who, no longer is alive, but had a whole island with, children and pornographic things going on with underage girls and probably boys as well on his little island. Apparently, Bill has visited the island. So now they don't know how this is going to pan out, because everybody that had anything to do with Jeffrey Epstein, they got a target on their back. So we don't know how this is going to go. But I'm hoping that Melinda gets her money, because apparently she's had to put up with a lot of stuff behind the scenes that apparently we didn't know about. I think the kids are all grown now, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, she did.
What?
I said Melinda rented an island to invite the whole family to tell them that they were getting a divorce. I mean, if I'm gonna get some bad news, at least.
Hold on. But you remember Why Did I Get Married Too?
Yeah.
In the beginning, they was at their little couples retreat and stuff, and they Janet Jackson and Malik Yoba character said, "We're getting a divorce." And people just looking like, what? It came on yesterday. So.
And so let me say this. They had made up. I thought they had forgiven each other. Then they fighting over this whole situation. That's when and maybe before then his writing was problematic, but that's when the writing became problematic for me. So...
But you know what? That episode, the scene where she was breaking stuff, that was right after Michael Jackson passed.
That was right after her brother died. So she was able to pull that angle from a real place. But I still feel like the writing was still problematic in the film. I'm sorry. When you go back and look at things, when you go like, oh, this is going to be good. This is Tyler Perry. No. I feel like things should be questioned.
Am I froze?
I'm froze too. I'm froze as well. I don't know why, but I'm froze.
I don't know. I didn't know if I was, and I was just seeing you.
Yeah, both of us were froze. I don't know why, but it's problematic. So I think that's where I started seeing the breakdown in his writing for me, and I need him to get some more writers. I do. I feel like Bill and Melinda gonna be fine. Melinda probably gonna end up getting her money.
Just like what's the dude from the CEO of Amazon?
I said just like Bezos' wife.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Man,
can I marry a billionaire? You just give me some money. We divorce. You just give me some billions.
And let me be real clear, because I really want a husband, and I don't want the cheating and all that stuff to go on. But if somebody like a Bill Gates or somebody was married to me, I'm cool. You dated Becky in HR, that's fine. As long as she don't sue you, I'm good. We can do this money. Now, I don't know that Melinda knew about these situations that happened prior to it happening. I heard she knew, but baby, she just found out. I don't know. But I think he's gonna have a problem. Like, people gonna be coming for him. Because we got Me Too, and that's going on constantly and consistently. So we don't know. Just make sure Melinda get her money before all that go down, so Melinda can be okay. That's all I want, is Melinda to be all right, because she put up with a lot over the years. Yeah, Paul said Melinda gonna be fuck in her DMs. Probably so. Yeah, this is crazy. Yeah. I never thought. But people who've been married for like 100+ years are divorcing, and I don't know why.
Like, look, just how about this? You still honor your vows, y'all stay in separate rooms.
That's what, well, you know what? That's what the old people back in the day. My grandmother and my grandfather lived in separate houses. Yeah. He had his house. She had her house. They were together for some time, but when they got tired of each other, he bought him a house. She stayed in that house. And for as long as I was alive, my grandfather had his own house and my grandmother had her own house. For as long as I was alive.
And
I'm in my 40s. So long as I've been on the planet, I don't know how much longer prior to that, but as long as I can remember, they each had their own place of residence.
Right.
So Dolly Parton says when she get tired of her husband and he get tired of her, they got two houses. They got one in California, they have one in Nashville. And they just, okay, I'm tired of you, so I'm finna go on to the house in Nashville. Good, I'm going to LA. And that's how they do it. I think whatever works for you is what works for you.
Right.
But I don't know. I feel like if we together, man.
That's what Ren used to tell me. That's what Ren told me. Look, if we get married, we staying married. And we honoring that vow. And that means if you say you're going to leave me or we do through, one of us going to have to die. That's what he said. He said one of us going to have to die. And if you can't stand me, look, we just get a big enough house. We have separate rooms.
Yeah, you go over there, I go over here. Like, and I don't think that people are not gonna get sick of each other. You know what I'm saying? Being married for that long, like I mean, you like to think marriage is this happy thing, but no, you dealing with a whole nother person 24/7. If I go to work and don't, and you know what I think what's happening with a lot of the older people that are divorcing is that they got to go to work every day. Now they retired. They don't like each other. They finding it out. And so in retirement, do I want to sit up all day and look at you? I don't.
Then I will find a hobby. I will find a hobby.
Oh my goodness. It's crazy.
I will find a hobby and I will get out of your hair. You want me gone? Good. I'll be gone.
I'll be gone. Pretty crazy.
You won't see me no more.
No more.
You won't, not no more, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. You won't see me for a while.
For a while. All right.
Well, we up.
So now we're in our segment of the show where we're venting and we're getting things off of our chest.
You go first.
No, you go first. Because mine is pretty long.
Okay, go ahead so I can think of something.
Oh, you ain't got nothing to vent about?
Hold on. I gotta think about something because there's a lot of things. So go ahead.
Okay. Let me move my mic over here. I am sick of neighbors. I'm sick of them. I'm sick of them. Okay. Since I've been where I live now, I've had a long history of dealing with stupid neighbors. Okay. But this particular situation right here has literally pissed me off to the edge of pistivity. Yes, I said pistivity. So there are a group of kids in the neighborhood that play basketball. Mm-hmm. My son is included in that group of kids. They play in the street. Now, if you know anything about our little neighborhood street, we live in North Memphis. So all of the side streets, it's just this one single lane street that you go down. People may have cars parked in the street, on the side or whatever. It's enough space for cars to get through, that sort of thing. We in the hood. Okay. So the kids, 9 times out of 10, either they don't have a yard to play in or a backyard to play basketball in, where it's paved and they can put the basketball court up and do that. Because the houses aren't built over here for kids to have basketball goals in the backyard. That's not how that works over here in our hood. Don't know about anybody else's hood. That ain't where we are here. Okay. So the babies got a basketball goal. So they decide that they're going to play in the street. They making sure they're looking out for one another. They're making sure people move out the way so people can get through. They not being Negroes who stop in the middle of the street and hold whole conversations before they move out of people. Well, they're not doing none of that. Okay. They're very respectful in that regard. Okay. They're playing basketball. Middle age to teenagers outside playing basketball, enjoying life. They're not robbing nobody. They're not stealing from nobody. They're not doing pranks in folks' houses. None of the little stuff. I had some little kids that I don't know where they came from, but they went from around here, egged my car and broke my window in my apartment. Them not them kids, okay? These babies right here are simply playing basketball. So I have a neighbor that lives in a house next door to my building that I live in. She comes to me one morning when I was leaving out. As a matter of fact, I was really looking at her like I was crazy because I was taking my child to school to take his TCAP that particular morning. And she said, I'm going to put a petition together to sign to get the kids to quit playing basketball. I'm looking like, ma'am, what? To quit playing basketball? What the hell?
At least they're not doing anything illegal.
They ain't carjacking nobody. They're not doing nothing. Okay? I said, I'm about to go to work. So I'll talk to you later. I got in my car. I went on, dropped my baby off, went on to work, did what, the good Lord put me on the planet to do, which was go and sell insurance for the day. Fast forward to this past week, my dad takes Josh to work for me because Josh has been working 4 in the afternoons on the days that he have to work. I don't get off until 5. So he comes, he picks Josh up, and he hangs out with Jalen until I get off work. Well, my dad tells me that the police are outside playing basketball with Jalen and his friends. And I'm like, okay. I thought that was weird, but I was like, well, maybe they had nothing else better to do. They was bored. Okay. Come to find out,
the woman called the police on them.
The woman called the police on the kids for playing basketball.
It's not like they have a basketball goal or a park to go to. Exactly.
They have a damn park to go to. That so here's my issue.
Can she go the other way? I'm like, because I know there's 2 ways to get to your place, So
she got nothing to do with her driving because she don't drive nowhere.
Oh hell, she just bored.
She just ain't got nothing else better to do with her time. So here's my issue with this. Okay, first of all, the kids ain't doing nothing. Okay, no. They playing basketball. It's 100 million things they could be doing. They just playing basketball.
Better be glad they ain't trying to jack up your place.
Second point, in the time that we live in, these are all Black young men, okay? They are, and she told my landlord that they grown men playing. I said, ain't no grown men out there playing teenagers. They babies. That's what they are. They may look grown because they're teenagers. You a Black lady, so you should know how people grow, how young men grow. My son looks like a grown man to a person who is not, paying attention or who don't know Joshua. He look grown. Jalen is almost taller than me. And he's 11 years old. So my issue with this is, ma'am, I know you know about all these people getting killed by the police officers. Had those been some stupid cops that came to the scene where my baby was playing basketball, they could have ended up totally different. Then we was going to have a problem with you because this was going to be jail for the police and a jail for me because I was going to get you and I was going to get the police. We don't play them games. Why you got, if the kids did something, that's one thing. They didn't do anything. So
they're just playing basketball.
These babies who playing basketball.
But you know what? I commend those officers for playing along with them.
Shout out to MPD. That they're able to differentiate between stupidness, you know what I'm saying, and what's real. Because they could have been a totally different situation.
Outcome, exactly. And I wish I was a fly on that wall in that woman's house. Because she probably went out there and saw that the police was there.
Mad.
Yeah. Hold on. Oh yeah, they about to clear it up.
Mad. I'm sick of stupid people. Like, dude, if you don't want to be around people, go find somewhere to live.
Go live in a retirement home.
I'm just saying, do what you need to do for you, but don't mess with me and mine. I have several problems with that. I'm raising Black young men, and my concern and my fear is for The white people doing it, but you black as Ace of Spades, and you're doing it to my child.
Mm-hmm.
I got a problem with you now, ma'am.
You ain't got nothing to say to me now.
Nothing. Don't
Because
come in
if
here
you
and ask me saying nothing. Because the answer was already no, but right now it's about to be hell no. Okay? You done called the police on my child.
and then we're in a time where our kids today can't do the same things that we did as when we was
No,
growing up. And
no.
so this is give them a little piece of
Because he can't go up and
normalcy.
down. A lot of his friends can go walk to the store and do it. No, he not. If
Uh-uh,
your brother's not with you, you can't go.
uh-uh.
You don't trust me. No,
Joshua,
it's not that I don't
Joshua,
trust you.
I actually timed Joshua. We got a corner store.
Yeah.
And it don't take us nothing but not even 5 minutes, a couple of minutes to get there. So when he asked me to walk to the store, not only do I have the Life 360 app, he's on there, and I get to see where he's going,
Yeah.
but I time him. And if it's taking more than 10 minutes for you to go to the store, get what I'm in my car.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't understand that dynamic. I don't understand. Sometimes we are our worst enemy, our own worst enemy. Do something for the kids that's gonna be nice. The
Mm-hmm.
kids been cooped up in the house. A lot of the kids have not gone back to school. They still sitting in front of a tablet or a laptop or a computer every day to go to school. They in the house all day.
Mm-hmm.
They need to get out and play and have some fun.
Mm-hmm.
So I was straight pissed off with that lady. I don't do well with that. I don't like neighbors, period. Let me tell y'all something. My dream home is in the country with a wraparound porch, ceiling fans on the porch, upstairs, downstairs, balcony on top. I don't want to see a neighbor for miles and miles away. Okay? My swing on my porch. I don't want, because the neighbors and I have problems each and every time, and I just don't want to do it. Now, keep in mind, when I move, I'm going to have a neighbor. But when I build my dream home in the country, the other thing is I don't like pop-ups. Don't come popping up, knocking on my door. If I don't know you coming, I ain't got to let you in. So that's my. I don't have to let you in. I can see you at my door and be like, and you came because I don't like that. So I need you to also think twice for coming to visit, before coming to visit me out in the good old country. It's going to be a 45-minute drive to Faith House. You know what?
What is going on with this thing?
I don't know. But yes, so that's what's been bugging me.
Okay. This is what's bugging me. People who don't know how to use the turning signal when they're driving. I have the most verbal road rage ever. If you're in the car with me, you're going to laugh at me.
Yeah,
You're going
you're
to
gonna
be in
laugh.
a time because I will curse a car out in a minute. Sometimes I have the Big Life Church sign on the back of my car and I can't flip nobody off because it feels like Jesus looking at me when I look at that Life Church sign. Okay, this is what pisses me off. I'm in behind you. Are you going to make a left? Are you going to make a right? Before we had the show, I had to go to get my mom something to eat. And we was at the Kroger parking lot in Bartlett, in Kirby Whitten. So I'm about to make a right onto stage. There's a car in front of me. He's in the lane enough where he can make a left, but he can also make a right sometime. Which way you going, bro? Which way you going? Are you going left? Are you going right? That's all you got to do. Just flip a signal. Just flip. It's right there. It is right there by your wheel. If you can turn your wheel, dang it, you can flip left. You can flip up for up for left, down for right.
You're supposed to know which way they're going, girl.
I don't know which way they're going.
I'm just telling you, that's how they feel.
And best be glad God gives me these. I be calling on the Holy Spirit. Just guide me on when I'm driving on the expressway because I can 100% tell what the car in front of me is about to do or what's the car beside me is about to do. I call it every time. And it makes me mad when people don't know how to use the dang sign. Just make up. Because if you get hit, what you gonna say? You hit me. I didn't know where you was going. Were you making a left or making a right? I don't know. Were you stopping, turning in to go to the restaurant or the gas station? I don't know. Because your crazy behind did not use a signal. And then another thing, when you on the expressway, people, don't be slowing down on the passing lane. That's the far left lane. You don't have if you're not gonna speed up, you don't need to be on that lane. You need to be on the middle two lanes or whatever. But that left lane is supposed to be for people
not to go 45 miles an hour.
Exactly.
It's not. Yeah. It bugs me. I was on the interstate yesterday and somebody was just cruising in their Cadillac. They ain't had nowhere to be. I had to get around them. I said, let me get on around y'all because y'all about to make me mad.
And then what pisses you off is then when you finally get around them and get in front of them, that's when they change the lane.
Yeah. Oh, help, Father, help. Whatever I'm gonna do with this crazy driving.
Let it make sense, Lord. It doesn't. So that is what's bugging me. Yes, that is what's bugging me today. Bad drivers in Memphis. Mm-hmm. And I can say that because only had one accident and it wasn't even my fault in my whole entire life since driving.
I've had more than one in my whole entire life. However, the people still suck at driving. So hey,
they don't.
They still suck. All right. So this Wednesday, we have a shot hour this Wednesday. Doors open at 7. Show starts at 8. Bird Williams will be the featured artist for this show. This is going to be hosted by producer chick Lily. We are doing this at Smooth Living on Winchester. The cover charge is $10 to get in. Get your tickets ahead of time if possible. If not, you can purchase them at the door. This is going to be a phenomenal show. If you've never seen or heard Bird Williams perform, he's an awesome performer. I've caught him a couple of different times, but he's a phenomenal artist. So make sure y'all check him out. We're also doing another Shot Glass Hour on June the 16th. This is right before Father's Day. Father's Day weekend, the Shot Glass Hour. And this one is going to be birthday celebration for Lily. And this one is going to be featuring Arnisha King. I'm super excited about that. Mm-hmm. Arnisha is phenomenal as well. I've seen her countless times just kill it and tear it up. So make sure you guys are supporting the locals. Let me stop saying locals. My comedian friend said she hates the term local. I'm just from Memphis. Mm-hmm. And then on Father's Day, we're doing it again. We're doing a whole nother comedy show, Father's Day comedy show, featuring our host Christopher Harrell Ingram. We're gonna have Brian Mouthpiece, Hannah. Oh, I can't read. Brian Mouthpiece Hannah, and then our feature headliner is going to be Rob Love. We're also going to have a musical performance by Tevin LaBelle. This is going to be awesome. If you missed the Mother's Day performance, listen, we sold out. Okay. Do not wait till the last minute to get your tickets for the Father's Day show. Go on and get them now. We done already sent that out. There is on the flyer. There is the QR code. You can just scan the QR code. It'll take you right to the tickets. Don't wait till the last minute to get your tickets because I don't want to have to turn anyone at the door. I don't want to have to turn anyone away at the door, but we will do it because, we got limited space. So we did a very good job for the Mother's Day show. It did well. People were there. Vendors, make sure if you want to be a vendor, make sure you get your vendor fees in ASAP Rocky. We got to get them in $50. We only have 5 slots available for vendors to come and set up.
I
So
will pay. I will get with you Wednesday.
okay, that's fine.
And see how I can
Get it
pay.
in.
How
So
can you pay for that?
you can cash out. I can send you the cash out to where that goes.
Besides Cash App.
I don't have another way of doing it besides Cash App because I'm not taking the money for that. I'm just keeping it real. But you can put it on your you know how you put it in there what it's for? You can put on there what it's for.
Well, my thing is this: my bank, I bank with Chime Banking,
Okay.
and Cash App don't recognize Chime Banking.
Oh. Give me the cash then, and I'll just see if I can do a receipt or whatever for you. And then I'll get it to who it needs to get to. But yeah, we definitely want to make sure that our vendors are set up and ready to sell their products. Those women who are shopping the last for Mother's Day. So we want the same energy for Father's Day. Make sure y'all check it out. June the 20th, the doors open at 7. The show starts at 8. So make sure y'all get in there. These guys are awesome at what they do. They are hilarious. So make sure y'all come out and support. Wendy, tell them how they can reach you.
First, before I tell you this,
okay,
I just want to shout out a couple of products.
Okay.
As you can see here, these are 2 lip glosses, unlimited lip gloss, but these are special because each time I sell one of these, $1 is donated to the Mary Kay Ash Foundation. And what the Mary Kay Ash Foundation is, they help support research that fight cancer that affects women, and also help fight domestic violence. And what I mean by helping fight domestic violence, they help educate, women or domestic violence victims, and also build shelters as well. So this one is Hopeful Lilac. That's the color that I have on now. It's Hopeful Lilac. And then you have Confident Pink. I don't know if you can see that.
Okay.
And then I have 2 of my Mary Kay sisters. We have our own Facebook group page. And what I did, I challenged my 2 friends, my 2 Mary Kay sisters, to sell 10 of the MK Men beard oil. Okay, so if you have a beard, this is going to help condition and moisturize your beard, make it feel soft, make the skin underneath soft and everything. So my goal is to sell 10 of these. It smells like peppermint. It has a good scent to it. So y'all hit me up for real. I'm trying to sell 10. And if I can sell more than 10, I will be happy. But my goal is 10. Father's Day is coming up, and I already have the idea of how to box this. So you guys, if you need a gift for Father's Day, don't get the men in your life trinkets that they're not going to use.
Please don't do it. Y'all do it every time. I try to give my daddy every year something he can utilize.
Right.
Or feed him one or the other and get him some cars and he'd be all right.
So. Right. So the MK Men beard oil is one of a good product to get your man, your husband, your father, your brother, your cousin, your uncle, whoever is a father, and they have beards, and even work on mustaches as well too.
Goatees.
So,
goatees as well.
Goatees as well. If you got hair anywhere on your face, it will work. So you can reach me on Facebook, Wendy Edinburgh Smith, Instagram at vlux76, and as you can see, my website is www.marykay.com/WEDINGBOURGH. And also, ladies, now that the mask mandate is about to be lifted, I'm sure you got mask me. We have acne due to the mask. Yeah. Come on. It's the summertime. Let's spruce up your skincare. If you need help with your skincare needs, you can always sign up for a free pampering session to try the products. With Mary Kay, you get to try before you buy. think that's it.
All right. And you guys can reach Heather at Heather's Passion Academy on Facebook, on Heather's Passion Academy on YouTube, and the Heather's Passion Academy.com website. Make sure y'all hit her up. She's taking a break right now. But I'm sure
we're
she'll
missing
be
you,
back
girl.
soon. We do miss you, Heather, so much. Really, we miss your point of view on a lot of things because you are a balance between us two. But also, this technology is crazy. I don't know how to do this.
So you forced us to have to get out and learn how to do this. We love you for that, but we like,
ain't even playing. That's all right. It's gonna be okay. We getting this together.
We love you though. We miss you. We love you.
You guys also can reach me on Facebook at Vix Kids Faith More, Instagram at Vix Kids Faith, and over at Twitter at Vix Kids Faith as well. And you can reach us on Facebook, The Size Up, Instagram at The Size Up 2102, YouTube, The Size Up Official Podcast, and The Size Up 2102 at gmail.com. And you can listen to past episodes. We're getting ready to start working on uploading the rest, but you can listen to past episodes of The Size Up anywhere you listen to podcasts, except for Apple. I gotta figure that out. But Anchor, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and SoundCloud. We sound good on there too. Make sure you check us out. Okay. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you so very, very much. We had a ball today. We
did.
Look at our time. It's great.
I know Heather be like, for real.
Right.
And if I'm on here, we be on for like 2-3 hours.
No, we really be talking. And I still feel like we talked today, but I don't feel like we had a whole lot to talk about. Normally we got a lot to talk about. Y'all cut up. I was able to break it up into 2 weeks worth of content. So we good now. We should be fine. Maybe we can get to a better time. I don't know. But we really do get off. We talk and we get off subject and get back on and that sort of thing. So we really have a ball and we really have fun with 3 of us on here. So that's why it takes up so much time. But make sure you guys are checking us out, especially our YouTube page. I understand we got people who watch us from Facebook. We love you. Please subscribe to the YouTube page, The Size Up Official Podcast on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to it. Go back and watch it on YouTube. Help us out. We need some views. So just wanted to put that out there. We will see you guys next week with an all new episode of The Size Up, and tomorrow. Check us out. This is the other reason why you need to go over to the YouTube page, because it's on. It's live tomorrow.
It's on
YouTube at 8 o'clock.
And if you have a show that you want us to watch, give us know. Because the summer is coming and all of the major shows that we watch are about to be season finales. So we need some shows to talk about for the summer.
And I know, HBO probably will come down with some shows for the summer. I know Showtime is, like I said, The Chi is coming out tonight. So is Black Monday.
I don't watch The Chi.
You don't watch The Chi?
I don't watch The Chi.
You got this is season 5. So you have 4 seasons to catch up on for real. It's really good. It's really, really good. It's good.
Is it like Power?
No,
I couldn't get into Power.
It ain't like Power. Power was good too, but it ain't like Power. But so make sure you guys are subscribing to the YouTube channel, because we have more content that we're gonna upload. I think we're gonna use that for a little bit until we get everything set up with this on. So make sure you guys are checking that out too. So we'll be back. Wendy and I will be back tomorrow, 8 o'clock. On the Size Up YouTube page. So make sure y'all check it out. Got anything else?
No, I really appreciate everybody who tunes in and comments. We really love you guys and we appreciate you guys. And please spread the word. Spread the word. There's enough room for everybody. It's enough room for everybody. So just just spread the word. You know, if you got a topic that you want us to discuss,
we'll discuss
let us
it.
know.
You want to be on here? Come on.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, make sure
So you know, we wants to be big here. I want to be on Dancing with the Stars. That's how big I want to be.
Oh, okay. You want to
Because
be on Dancing with the Stars?
I want to be on Dancing with the
Okay.
Stars, but I want to be
I
known as co-host from the Size Up, and it's on. That's what I want. I want to be known, or on the Masked Singer. Let me be on the Masked Singer.
Well, we'll see about that.
Have you? Okay, we can talk about the Masked Singer tomorrow, but you know Bobby Brown was one of them, right?
I did hear that Bobby Brown was one of the contestants.
And last week it was so funny because they had a rooster that was messing up clues and stuff, and it ended up being Donnie Wahlberg. And so Melissa McCarthy was like,
and his whole wife was sitting there judging. I don't know how she didn't know that.
And she had said somebody, and then she was like, "How do I not know?" But I think he tried to disguise his voice.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
All right. Well, we are gonna get off of here. We will see you guys at a later date next week here for the Size Up. If you want to tune in, it's on. Go over to the Size Up official podcast YouTube page. Like the page, share it. We're going to be talking about all things TV tomorrow. And that's all. Hopefully, Heather will be back in rotation too with her videos and her content real soon. So go over to Heather's Passion Academy. Make sure you're following her for her content. And that's all, folks.
All right, bye.
Bye.